It's Sunday night, and you know what that means. We're going to make a wreath together. Tonight, we're going to learn how to paint a wreath. Yes, you're literally going to paint this flower wreath. It's so easy and so much fun that I had to show you how. So let's get started. Welcome back to Julie's Wreath Boutique. So we are going to make a flower wreath. It's going to be a flower wreath we've made before, but it's going to have a twist. We're going to make it kind of fallish theme here because, you know, I know it's July, but fall is coming and it's time to get ready, especially if you sell wreaths, or I know some of you guys like to do craft shows. And if you like to do craft shows, comment in the description box below if you like to sell at craft shows or do you like to shop at craft shows. So we are going to make a burgundy flower wreath. We're going to use one of these Wreaths of Joy frames. I used the 10-inch about a month or two ago. Today we're going to do it on an 8-inch, and we're going to use some olive green poly burlap that I have on hand. I only have one roll of this burgundy poly burlap. The only place that I know of right now that has this in stock is let's see, the Wreath Shop, and I will leave a link for this down in the description box below as according to what we normally do. So this is a twist, guys. I'm going to teach you how to paint your flower, okay? And we're going to take plain poly burlap and we're going to transform this whole flower and give it a lot more depth and make it maybe even look a little bit more realistic. So let's get started. Get your wood burner out, get your cutting mat out. I have my glass cutting board here. Now listen, all of my tools can be found on my Amazon storefront. So go to the description box below, find my Amazon storefront link, look for the crafting must-haves idea list, and everything that I use will be in it. So let's get started. Okay, so really quickly, this is the same old drill we do with this type of wreath. We get out our wood burner, and you can grab this wood burner over in my Amazon storefront, and I'm cutting on a glass cutting mat. This is really important for you to remember. We're going to cut about 25 pieces at 10 inches long. I know I might have said about 20 pieces before, but no, we end up using 25 pieces. And you're going to do the same thing to your green. We're going to cut 4 pieces of that. Okay, so we're going to use an 8-inch wreath frame for this wreath today, but they also have a 10-inch and, is this a 16? Or no, this is a 14-inch, okay? So you can make any size flower wreath that you want. Just keep in mind that if you use the 14-inch, you're likely to need more rows of petals. That's the only difference. There's no difference in the way we cut the petals, none of that. That's kind of one of the biggest questions I always get asked. If I make an 8-inch wreath form, do I need to change the petals? No, we want a perfect square. It doesn't change the 10-inch petal, okay? So it always stays the same regardless of what wreath form you use, okay? So keep that in mind. So let's get started on the 8-inch. Okay, today we're going to get started with using the leaves, okay? Because we are going to put them in between the frame here. If you watched, I'm going to give you a link to another video that I did using the 10-inch wreath form. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to just I got to slide this in a little bit, okay? I'm going to take my zip tie here and I'm going to attach it. So let me show you what I did here, okay? So do you see what I did? That's all we're going to do here. And another tip is to take one of these, cut around a piece of felt so that you can put on the back of your wreath. All right, so now we're going to do this same thing on each of the 4 brackets. We're going to have 4 leaves for an 8-inch. Again, I'm going to do bottom and the top finished. I'm going to meet in the middle, gather, flip over, and we're going to take this petal with the finished edge and go over top this petal. I'm going to take it and just slide it underneath my frame there. Take my zip tie and attach it. Now, I do have a coupon code for Wreaths of Joy. I believe it's Julie's 20 or Julie 20. I will have it written right here on the screen for you guys so that you can go over and get 10% off your first order over there, okay? So I'm going to put them here and then I'll be back to show you the petals. Okay, I did get out these scissors and this rotary cutter that Wreaths of Joy sells, and so you can get this on their website too. These are great little scissors that I'm able to cut with my zip ties here. So I'm going to just take my zip tie here, and you can even prep it a little bit beforehand, but we're going to do the same exact petal. Okay. Going to do the same one. I told you this isn't going to be a tutorial on how to make the flower wreath. It's going to be about how we can take paint and just really enrich it. So basically what I want to do is I'm just going to slide this underneath. Okay. And then I'm going to take my zip tie here, and I'm going to go underneath, and we're going to attach it. Now, here's the key. For this one, I just want the green sticking out. So we're going to kind of cover that as much as we can. So let's go over here, and so we can cover this side too. So let's do that one. Again, it's my basic single fold petal. It's just really basic. Okay. I'm going to just slide it underneath here. Kind of helps it stay put. Take a zip tie. And you can just do this. You could do it a couple of ways here. Oops, can't see what I'm doing here. Okay. And I'm going to attach it over here. So as you can see, I attached that one on this frame. So it doesn't matter if you attach it on this one or this one, just as long as it's attached, okay? So now what I'm thinking is that I'm going to put, let's put one more, and let's see what the one looks like. We might need a few more cuts of this, and that's okay. So I kind of feel like this would be really good if we had one more. I love the volume that this wreath gives us, because what it does is it gives us the volume of having a 3D wreath, but then we have the grid in the middle, which makes this a lot easier too. So I'm going to put 4 petals in between each. So that's a total of 16 petals. So so here's the fun part. We're going to get the paint out. Now, the question that you're probably thinking, Julie, is this going to come, if it rains on my door, will it come off? What you're going to do is you're going to seal it with a Rust-Oleum Clear Matte Acrylic Spray, and I will get that for you in a moment and show it to you. But what we're going to do is, listen, I am not a painter. I want to be a painter. I want to paint beautiful pictures, but I have a friend who's going to teach me. Jennifer from Painted, let's see, Canvas Paint. Oh goodness, Jennifer, I get your name wrong every single time. But she has a painting club, and so I just got my first painting thing in the mail. So I'm going to give my hand at it. So I will be follow me on social media to see that. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to take your acrylic paint, whatever colors you want. I've got like a mustard and an orange color here. So here's the key, guys. All right. You don't want too much paint on your brush. Okay. Here's the secret when doing this. All right. The secret is you can always put more paint on, but it's hard to take it away. So don't get a big old glob on your foam brush. Okay. And you're just going to go through here, and we're going to just start adding little streaks. That's it. All right. Remember, I can add more paint. It's hard to take it away. All right. But in nature, nothing is ever, symmetrical. I mean, sometimes it is. Like right there, I got a little bit too much paint, but that's okay. So I'm just going to go through, and I'm just going to paint stripes. That's all I'm going to do. I'm going to paint stripes on each of these petals. I'm not going to paint it on the green, just the colors. So whether this is for fall, for spring, whatever you want it to be, just change your colors accordingly. Now, if you want to make this wreath, I do know the wreath shop has the burgundy. She's got about 100 rolls of them. So if you want it, you're going to want to order them tonight. Because she'll go out of stock of them, when we do something new. So I'm just going to turn this around, and then we're going to add some orange here too. So we are not done. So you could do all sorts of things with this, but I just want you to have fun with it and just use your imagination, okay? Okay, so I'm really loving the yellow, but now I want to add some orange, okay? Just to add another dimension of color. Because what's in, I mean, when you go to the nursery and, you know, that have plants and mums and everything, you're gonna see orange and yellow and burgundy. Those are like the main colors. So, and this is what a fall leaf can look like. So just have fun. If you want to use a darker orange, you might want to do this. This one's a little bright, but I want people to see it. So just go through and you're going to do the same exact thing. So now after we do this, I'm going to take my heat gun and my blow dryer. I'm going to dry it, and then we're going to do the center. Then I'm just going to go through, and now I'm just kind of like blending it with the side of the brush. I don't have any more paint, but I'm just kind of blending everything. Like right here, you could tell I got a little bit more paint than I wanted. So you just take that dry brush and just go over it. Okay, so now we're gonna do the center. If it's still a little wet, that's okay. It's going on the same thing. So we're gonna come in about 1.5 inches or so, because I'm going to put a center here, and you can do all sorts of centers. I even have, let's see, I even have, guys, either 1 or 2 videos here on YouTube on all the different centers I do for flowers, and you could pick any of those. So go to the description box below, check out that link, and grab that, and you know, decide what you want it to look like. But we're gonna come in a little bit, all right, and we're gonna keep these pretty tight together. Again, these are the scissors from Wreath Joy, and they're really good. So let's keep it tight. And I'm just going to see how many. I'm expecting to use at least 10 of these petals. So if we need to add another couple, we have plenty of poly burlap to do that with. But I think this is just so pretty, and it's going to be beautiful when we're done. So keep watching. Test out this rotary cutter and let you know what I thought. I'm going to use it, and yeah, that cuts really well. It cuts very easy. So if you want to check them out there, again, remember I have a coupon code, and I'll have it on the screen here, and this is what we'll put on the back of our wreath, and then that way it's all nice and covered. Okay, so we're going to get our wreath center prepped here. It's really simple, and I do it the same way every time. So I'm just going to voice over this and make it go a little bit fast. I grabbed a piece of wire, I grabbed some floral pins, and I'm just going to put it down into the foam. I usually do it at an angle because the foam isn't as deep as the pen, but you can take your clippers, your wire cutters, and you can make that shorter. It's pretty easy. Then I'm going to get my glue gun out, and we are going to put some glue on that and put some of these straps. Those are not straps. Scraps of felt that I had cut out from the orange. We're going to put it over there. Put some little bit of glue, and then I'm just going to take another piece here, and then I'm going to secure it with some more pins. So it's really pens or pins, because some people get upset with me because I grew up near West Virginia in Southern Ohio, and I call it pins. So it's pins. So anyways, that's how you do it, and your wreath center is now ready to go. Okay, that's how easy it is to make this wreath. It doesn't take a long time. We use, let me think, what's 4 times 4? 16 plus 9. So we use 25 cuts of the burgundy. And again, you can use any color combination that you want for any time of the year. This is what I'm going to tell you to seal it with. I've used these on poly burlap wreaths for years, and it does do a good job. Make sure it says UV resistant. It's the clear satin or the clear matte will do as well. I will tell you guys though, I don't know that this will be that great for like deco mesh or fabric mesh. Poly burlap is a little bit more of a better canvas to do this on. So I would just use it with very sparingly if you try it on like deco mesh, okay? So let's like put this little center in. You've seen me do this before, and we're just gonna pop this baby in. And again, I will leave the link for my centers video, and then that way you can do whatever center you want. I got this online. I believe this came from either Trendy Tree or the Reshop, one of those places. I always have all the links in my bio because that's what, you know, I do. I shop from all these companies, and you can too. So anyways, if you want a link, that's down in the description box. Does it help me and my family? Yes, it does help me. I get a small commission from these companies, but it's your way of helping me. If you're going to order the supplies anyway, I would really appreciate it. So we're just going to put some holes in this. Let me grab a sharp scissor here. Oops, I put more of a slash in that one, didn't I? A little bit sharper. I have smaller zip ties. I would recommend that. But you're just going to put zip ties around it. I would do one side and that side, and then you're just going to hang it wherever you want on the wreath. Okay, so when you put it on its face here, I'll finish up the back here in a minute. But, you know, you can look at this, and as it's done, you could say, I want some more orange here, and you can just kind of go back and add a little bit more if you want it to be a little bit more vibrant, or whatever you want it to be, okay? So join me every Sunday night here on Julie's Wreath Boutique, and I would love it if you left me a paintbrush in the comments or some sort of thing about paint. Hopefully that's on your phones or your computers. If not, again, answer me the question, do you love craft shows? Do you love selling at them, or do you love just shopping at them? But after you're all done, let it dry, use this, and you're good to go. This makes about a 22-inch in diameter wreath, and it's simply beautiful. So until next time, we'll see you in Julie's Wreath Boutique. Bye-bye.